Hello, hello, and welcome back to this K-pop podcast. I hope you're doing well. So in this podcast episode today, me and my sister are going to be discussing quite a few different topics. So we're going to be talking about NCT, WayV, EXO in terms of solo comebacks, and Big Bang, in particular G-Dragon. So let's get on with the podcast.
Today she's got a special guest joining, i.e. her sister.
Yes, everyone, I have got my sister today to discuss K-pop with me. She's not as obsessed as I am. She basically listens to me go on and rant and ramble about K-pop news and topics, and I show her music videos, etc. Tell me some of the groups that you enjoy.
Hopefully I won't butcher the names. Recently, I've gotten into enhypen,
Yep.
TXT,
Yep.
the people who sing cinema, what are they called?
CIX.
One Us. Love One Us, but enhypen more. I have loved Big Bang from the get-go.
Yeah, she's a big,
Back
big
G-Dragon days.
Yeah,
apparently.
big fan of. Actually, why don't we just start talking about Big Bang then? Because there's some Big Bang news, i.e., people are praising G-Dragon, saying that he looks healthier now because he's gained some weight. He went to a Chanel fashion show. I think he was invited, and people were scared because he looked very thin, and people were worried about their health. But apparently, I'm just showing her pictures. That's what he looks like
he's
now.
looking much better because I remember you showing me those photos, and I was like, "Oh, he's on."
Oh, you can't. You're gonna have to censor that.
He's on. Can I say stuff?
Okay, this kind of links to the BI scandal. If you guys know the BI scandal, I've done a whole, how long is it? 7-part.
I've lost count.
The full video is now on YouTube, me explaining the whole BI scandal, YG Entertainment, corruption, and just how terrible YG is, and how they kind of threw their artists under the bus. YG has a reputation for enabling their artists to take narcotics. We say narcotics, or we say drinks on this channel.
Okay, so I need to be careful with my words.
Yeah, so basically G-Dragon has run into problems with drinks before. So what you're trying to say is
he looked gauntly and ill in the Chanel show.
Yeah.
The photos that
we should disclaim that we're massive G-Dragon fans. We've gone to his concert, so we absolutely love him. So it was concern, but he looks much better now. I personally think the fact that this has happened to him and he looks more clean cut, etc. I would say that we're gonna get a G-Dragon solo.
I am so excited that he's back in the media,
in the public eye. Yeah, he's been gone for a while.
I can't wait for some more music. The latest Big Bang song,
Still life.
It's still to this day, since release, every time I watch it, it just gets better and better, and I really want to just shed a tear. It's brilliant, but I can't wait if either G-Dragon does his own thing, a solo album, or if he continues to make music for Big Bang. I'm all for it. I'm here, ready.
I do think that most likely is a G-Dragon comeback, but honestly, if we do get a whole Big Bang album, but I've spoken about this before and how it just seems a bit impossible.
I'm not going to say impossible. It did sound like an end to it all. Very sad and lovely at the same time. Very sentimental to people who have grown up with them, because they're older than both of us.
Yeah.
And we've all lived lives. It's a lifetime since their last album, I would say.
Yeah. And I think what was really interesting though is when we were watching today Loser, their music video Loser, and it really struck
a nerve. Would you say?
It made me really realize, wow, BTS was so inspired by Big Bang.
Lots of bands were.
I know lots of bands were, like Block B and all that, but BTS, because BTS are huge VIPs, Big Bang fans, but you can tell the way BTS's earlier music was greatly inspired by groups like Big Bang. So it's nice seeing kind of like a similar aesthetic. And I hope that people don't forget that, because I think people assume that everything BTS does is like totally unique. And it's like great artists are always inspired by the previous artists. You know, like Harry Styles is greatly inspired by like the Rolling Stones and the Beatles, and you can see that. So it's just nice to acknowledge that.
I think the difference with Big Hit, let's say, compared to YG or Big Bang, BTS, their sort of music has a story. Same with enhypen and TXT, they all have a backstory.
Storyline, yeah.
But, you know, with Big Bang, even with their comeback, there was no story other than what they showed in the music video. There was no talk about it afterwards or explanation or anything like that. Which was all quite lovely, because it was your own impression and interpretation of whatever that may be to you as a Big Bang fan.
That's what art is. They leave it quite open-ended, so you can interpret how you want it to be interpreted, which is quite cool. What I like is that there's meaning and everything's purposeful with the way that they make their music videos, and everything's symbolic, but at the same time it's open-ended. Whereas I think other companies like SM, for instance, there's either a purpose that they want you immediately to figure out and know, or there's no purpose to whatever they're doing. It's kind of either 0 to 100 and there's no artistic in between. But
are we talking about SM and their sort of music, or is that another sort of podcast?
Well, speaking of SM, let's move on to NCT 127. They unveiled their first mood sampler and group images.
Fast thing. My sister showed me this at the gym today, and I went, wow, the blur's on max.
Well, yeah, I think it's ridiculous. They don't need that much blur. They really don't.
They're beautiful people.
Yeah, we already, like, the thing is, we already know what these people's skin looks like. And yes, you can have some blur. I really don't mind, but it was a bit like looking at paintings.
Like a Barbie.
You know, it is. Never put the blur up so much that it's really distracting. It should be like natural, like you don't even see it. But other than the blur, you liked the look of them. I mean, they're clearly going for, I think someone said they're going back to their neo roots. Apparently this is the kind of looks that they had when they first debuted with Punch and Kick It. Oh, there's like a song called like Neo Got My Back, and it's quite like this aesthetic.
It reminds me a little bit of like Cherry Bomb era. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Okay. Like the Cherry Bombish era. But I think that's quite cool. I'm not the biggest fan of the music from that time, but I feel like their music's evolved. So what they're doing is combining that kind of aesthetic with newer sound. I think I'm still gonna like the music, but I have to see. From the teaser sounds that I've heard so far, it sounds quite EDM-ish.
Right. I guess during Resonance, they kind of went a bit experimental, let's say, with songs like Sticker. Shall we not talk about that? No.
Well, Sticker is very divisive, we'll just say that.
Yes, but their music went a little experimental, and it just looks like that they're trying to, as you said, go back to their roots, but then probably do something a bit more modern as well. So bringing the best of both, let's say.
Yeah, I think they look great. I'm sure there'll be something we can listen to at the gym.
Of course.
It looks pretty darn cool, and they're currently performing in like Manila right now. I think they just performed today.
When will they be coming to Europe? England?
I don't know. If someone can let us know when all these groups are coming to perform in the UK, that'd be great.
We're still waiting for Stray Kids. For some reason, they don't like to leave America.
Yeah, they're just staying there and doing all their stuff there, and it's a bit upsetting for people who don't live there, but you know, I hope you guys are enjoying it. On to other SM artists. Do you want to talk about WayV, or...?
Well, from the news, shall we say the naughty release of Jalapeno?
Someone leaked Jalapeno, the Henry Lucas subunit. Someone leaked on, I think, Weibo, the Chinese channel.
Do we have to actually be quaint about it? SM leaked it, I think.
Well, conspiracy theory, she thinks that SM leaked the video because it was a kind of, what's the word? They put so much money into it, they didn't want to waste it. So.
I think it's because Lucas's scandal, they want to see his popularity. Does he still bring in the views? Is he still popular amongst his fans? I do think it was a test to see so if anyone would care. By SM to kind of gauge to see if they can bring Lucas back into the group. We're ready. I think we're all ready for another WayV comeback. And I'm just going to say this. WayV is one of my favourite subunits of NCT, so I'm rooting for them. I want them to come back. Although I'm unsure whether all of the members will be back, i.e. I kind of have a feeling Winwin is going to disappear from the group, as in make it big as a solo artist in China. But that would mean not singing, because can we just face the fact that he's not a good singer? Oh, I'm sorry. I said it, but he's a beautiful dancer.
I don't know if I should quickly defend that. I don't think Winwin's a terrible singer. I think he has quite a unique voice, I will say, but Sister disagrees with me, so each to their own.
I love his dancing, though.
He's a beautiful dancer. That's my thing. It's such a shame that SM didn't utilize him for his classical dancing ability. I still watch that 10 Winwin
brilliant
dancing video. Stunning. I think Winwin, it just knocks it out of the park.
I think you said it correctly. I think right there you've just said it.
Hit the nail on
the head. That's it. Winwin is a great dancer, classical dancer, and SM haven't to this day utilized his ability to the best.
His full potential wasn't reached under SM. So I think that's why so many people don't mind him just going off and doing his own thing in China, because there he's doing what he likes, what he enjoys, and what he's good at. Personally, for me, I would have used WinWin for his classical dance and just like uploaded loads of YouTube videos and dance performances and just like let WinWin
be a model or an actor,
do classical dancing. Yeah, he's doing acting in China, and to be honest, I'm still shocked that he's not doing any dancing in his roles. Literally, they could have him be like a 2,000-year-old Chinese spirit or something and do like a rain dance and things like that, you know?
So strange that he wanted to be a pop star.
I don't quite understand the reasoning. Like, if I were him, I would have just continued doing classical. But I think he thought, I'm sure, because SM chased him up. So I think they promised him a really fulfilling, long career filled with things he could do as a K-pop artist. And clearly SM have held him back. But SM hold most of their foreign idols back.
Agreed. I feel very sorry for Ten, even though he's kept such a brave
positive
face.
Ten is so positive, and yet he's given few things to do. But that's all the foreigners. I think Renjin is really good. Renjin doesn't get to do anything. They get little, like, what is it? Like, they throw them a bone once in a while. You can do this, you can make this song, you can do that. But they're always held back compared to the Koreans, which I think is really unfair when they're just as talented. But I guess that's why I really vouched for WayV and really like WayV. They feel so much like the underdogs in SM and the underdogs in NCT, and I think they're just so talented.
They really are, because during Resonance, that whole era of music, that's when I first really got into WayV and heard Xiaojun's voice.
Yeah.
Even as you said, Renjin did a song with Tail and Xiaojun. It's one of my favorite ballads, I would say.
Yeah,
yes,
stunning.
Lucas, Lida,
Kun
and Yang Yang is a great dancer, and Ten is just my favorite.
Fantastic.
Within WayV.
Henry, you've got Henry.
Oh my goodness,
I love Henry. I love Henry.
Okay, so maybe not all the members need. I'm joking.
No.
I'm joking. My sister would kill me if I said that. I'm looking forward to their music potential album.
Let me tell you, I think that WayV already recorded all the songs just before Lucas's scandal. I think what was going to happen is that subunits were going to release their music. So it was Ten and Yang Yang, or who was first? Kun and Xiaojun, Ten and Yang Yang, and then Henry and Lucas. Although poor Win got nothing, but okay, he was busy in China at that point. I think Jalapeno was going to be released, and then they were going to release their full album. So I have a feeling that they've recorded that album, but it's literally just been pushed back. So I think that WayV are going to release that album in November. I think they're going to have a comeback in November. Currently, 10, I believe, is in Thailand filming something, but the other WayV members are also going to perform in Thailand in October with WinWin, and I think they're also going to be performing in Jakarta. So clearly WayV are doing stuff, but I'm not sure if that's with WinWin. I think WinWin's done with his schedule, so he can join WayV. To me, this feels like gearing up for their comeback, because it's also raising awareness of their profile in Southeast Asia. So I think they're going to do that. And then bring back Lucas maybe like last minute in like the teaser or something.
I disagree. I think they're just going to bring Lucas out. It's been that long.
It's because they need like a special, well, okay, either they bring him randomly back onto social media to prepare people for his appearance joining WayV again, or he'll just pop up in the teaser and it'll be like WayV R7. I don't know which one they'll do.
I feel like that's potential money lost, so I do think that he will be in the shows.
He's not performing with them in Jakarta and stuff.
He's not?
No.
Interesting.
Because they're performing their like older music. That's not their newer stuff.
Right. Interesting. I think, as you said, they'll probably
I'm just showing her a picture
on Instagram.
Oh my god, the Jakarta one, it doesn't even have WinWin there, so WinWin's not going to be there in Jakarta.
The fate of WayV doesn't seem bright.
Well, we saw a horrible rumor that SM were going to disband one of their NCT units. WayV seems
as you
the most.
said, they're not the best with their foreign members. Yes, SM. So WayV is a group primarily, obviously, foreign members, and therefore, if there's one group that's disbanding, possibly, I would put money on it saying it's WayV, which is so unfortunate because, as I said, they're one of my favorite subunits. But I don't think it's the end of them.
Either they'll just remain as like NCTU, so then when there's an NCTU comeback, they'll come together. I think SM are insane if they let go people like Xiaojun and Ten, at least.
Agreed. Although Ten is, I think, learning Japanese from what you've told me before.
Yeah, he said he was learning Japanese, so we have an idea that maybe Ten will debut in the Japanese group, in the NCT-J unit, with Shotaro, the 3 other rookies, and Sungchan. So they need to make up 7 members. Sungchan, Shotaro, the 3 rookies, Ten, and then Yuta. That's our guess. I think SM will still keep 10 employed. It just depends on what they want to do with the others. And don't think that this makes me happy saying this. What I would want is for WayV to be all together. I wish they were having a comeback as this.
I just feel bad for Ten. Again, having to learn a different language.
I know, it's kind of like if you want to stay employed, you got to learn Japanese now. And it's like, no one else has to do this much to stay in SM or to get work. It's ridiculous. This is what we say about them not being nice to their foreign talent. Let's see in November. Let's see what kind of comeback they're going to have. How many members are there going to be? I could be wrong. Could be totally no WayV comeback this year. But I just think that that's madness, especially if they already have an album or at least songs recorded. It's
SM, please release the full clear version of Jalapeno.
Yeah, like I just hope that they release Jalapeno. I hope they release their album and we just get back on track. I hope that that rumor is not true and they're not gonna disband WayV or anything. I think Winwin will go, but I hope he goes like amicably. I hope he does this comeback with WayV, and so there are 7 for that, and then he goes after. But I'm just worried SM kind of don't care about China anymore. They don't care about marketing to China or appealing to China. I think they found it too difficult, and because HYBE and JYP have turned their attention or are keeping their attention on Japan, I think SM want to do the same, so they're rushing with their J unit now to debut to do that. I think they want to get the artists back into Japan and give up on China. So I think they and they find WayV to be redundant. Don't you think? They'd find like no use for WayV anymore. They don't want to market to China.
I think as a K-pop group, WayV is redundant. However, as individual artists or individual talents, that's a different story. I believe Winwin can and will make a lot of money for SM individually in China alone. Similarly, I think that Lucas has the potential to become a great model or actor in China and do variety shows because he has a personality. He's not boring. And Ten, didn't he do a dance thing in China? It's been quite successful.
Well, and Ten he's Thai national, so he can even do a lot of things in Southeast Asia.
Exactly. So as individual talents, they probably hold more worth.
To SM. But for me personally, I just want them together. I think they could have done really well in America.
They would have, but
I think they could have done really well abroad.
They could do better because they've done it with Lay. Lay is a huge superstar in China and he was under SM for a while. He only just broke the contract with them.
Yeah.
So it can work, but I'm not sure if they can hold together as a group.
It just makes me sad. I mean, I have a feeling what they might do is, like I said, keep the WayV members. I think after, disband WayV, have these members do solo things or whatever they want to do, but I think what they might do is keep them under NCT as NCTU. I think because Resonance did so well, they clearly like the idea of mixing and matching people.
Agreed.
So I think what they will do is keep these guys employed by using them for the NCTU comebacks, mixing and matching, putting them in with others, because also SM's
more than just
because SM's wasted too much. SM's wasted too much time and money in them. They're not gonna like just let them go.
No.
So they'll use them. But it's just sad that it's not as WayV because I really like them as WayV.
Let's hope that WayV sticks together. If not, I do hope that they go into stardom in a way individually.
Yeah, I think they're all great guys. We've enjoyed watching them. Good luck to WayV, but let's see if we have this comeback by the end of the year. One last comeback. I think that's the least that SM can give us.
Agreed.
It's the least we deserve for waiting for a year.
Agreed.
Okay, so quickly now on to EXO, because we love EXO, and I just wanted to say that, did you know that Dio has recorded tracks for his next solo album?
Lazy boy, can't wait.
He's not lazy, he's filming his drama. That's why he said he's recorded some songs before filming his drama.
Dio has the potential to be amazing, an amazing solo artist. I think that his passion is not singing per se. I think his passion is more into acting, and therefore he puts more of his time into acting rather than singing. That makes me very sad, because Dio, even though I started to appreciate EXO a bit later than my sister, Dio is still, to this day, probably my favourite singer within EXO. Second would be Baekhyun.
Baekhyun, yeah.
I can't even say his name. But yes, I'm excited for Dio's second album. I did like his first one, however, it was very different. I think we had that conversation a few times
What,
before.
Dio's album?
It's not terrible, it's just
I really
different.
like it. I think it's very easy listening, but it's not as
R&B.
It's not as R&B. Like, it was shocking that Baekhyun and Kai were the ones who came out with, especially Baekhyun. Baekhyun came out with a ridiculous, so full-blown R&B, which was so shocking.
It was amazing.
We really thought it was going to be Dio, and then Dio came out with, like, Happy-Go-Lucky album. But it was still really good. I want to say it's still good.
No, it was really good, but Baekhyun's album for me was better. And then Kai surprised me.
She was really skeptical about Kai's solo album.
Albums.
Whereas I wasn't. I've always been like, he can do it. He can do anything.
I think I listened to Kai's album
the most. You listened to Kai the most, yeah. And then Baekhyun, and then Dio.
Yes, I would say that's correct. The others I haven't listened to, although I'm eager
to listen to Xiumin. Yes, so basically today SM released a teaser image of Xiumin's solo album, which is amazing. You know, I'm excited as a... Would you call me an Exo-L? Yes, I'm an Exo-L.
You're an Exo fanatic. I think even saying fanatic is too small of a word. Obsessed fan?
No, I'm not obsessed. I just like everything they do and think they're great. This is the picture. It says brand new. First mini album, Xiumin.
It reminds me of Kpop.
Yes, it's that Kpop era type image. I don't think that's R&B to me. That does not look R&B. I was hoping for R&B, but I'm always hoping for R&B.
But don't forget that SM, as you said earlier in the podcast, they don't usually stick to a theme. It's all over the place.
It's all over the place.
And so therefore, even though the photo is that, it could potentially be an R&B.
True. Or he'll have like one R&B track in there that's really good.
Yes, really random and amazing and doesn't make any sense. But it's great. It will be great. I'm excited for Xiumin because I've always said that he's kind of like a little underdog.
Yes. Well, he's like Kai. It's kind of like you just think he's a dancer and then he works on his singing and then all of a sudden he can sing and dance and do everything and you go, wow. I think we're going to get some ballads. We're going to get some fast songs and like happy-go-lucky songs. I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised.
I'm looking forward to your review, probably on another podcast whenever Xiumin's album comes out.
Yeah, it's this month on the 26th.
I think she's put it on her calendar.
I put it on my calendar. It's because I'll miss it.
She even put on her calendar when Chanyeol gets out of the military.
Chanyeol gets discharged 2 or 3 days after the album release.
You're crazy.
No,
they did that on purpose because I reckon Chanyeol's going to sit with Xiumin and
do the
video.
Oh my god.
Because then it's like, hey, he's back.
Yeah, but
let's get those views up.
That's amazing. I'd love that. So basically, very excited for Xiumin's album, and I can't wait to see the teasers and how that's going to look, what kind of vibe it's going to be. I think he's going to look great. We like the way he looks. They always
look great.
Yeah,
Does SM ever do any
True. Their
visuals?
Their aesthetics are totally on point. Good luck to Xiumin. And so that's it for this podcast episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you want to say thank you for...
Thank you for listening. I hope I had some insightful commentary.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed our thoughts and rambles. Let us know if you agreed with anything down below. And I'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.